Good morning. Today's Sunday, July the 10th. Today's daily reflection from Alcoholics Anonymous is toward peace and serenity. It's a beautiful morning again, nice and crisp. Should be a good day. July 10th, toward peace and serenity. When we have taken a square look at some of these defects, have discussed them with another, and have become willing to have them removed, our thinking about humility commences to have a wider meaning. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 74. When situations arise which destroy my serenity, pain often motivates me to ask God for clarity in seeing my part in the situation. Admitting my powerlessness, I humbly pray for acceptance. I try to see how my character defects contributed to the situation. Could I have been more patient? Was I intolerant? Did I insist on having my own way? Was I afraid? As my defects are revealed, I put self-reliance aside and humbly ask God to remove my shortcomings. The situation may not change, but as I practice exercising humility, I enjoy the peace and serenity which are the natural benefits of placing my reliance in a power greater than myself. This is a very good one. It sums up quite a bit about a lot of people's issues with substance abuse and addiction and alcoholism. Before you're able to admit your powerlessness and you could humbly pray for acceptance, we didn't see our own character defects. It says, was I intolerant? Did I insist on having my own way? Was I afraid? Check, 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 and check. I was all of those things. I needed to have my own way because I was afraid that if I didn't have my own way, I would be revealed as being less than or insignificant or not as good as everybody else. That is what caused a lot of pain. Nowadays, though, when the situation arises that destroys my serenity, and that feeling of pain comes over me, it motivates me to ask God for clarity in seeing my part in the situation. I take a mini inventory of myself of what did I do to cause this? Is this my bad or is this someone else's bad behavior? That way I don't react in a negative fashion when it's uncalled for. If I am the reason, I can correct it, change my behavior, and gracefully get out of the situation. Sometimes you're going to find out that it is not you, that it is the other person, that whatever is going on with them at the time, whether they're sick and suffering or they just have a low level of tolerance for you, you're gonna have to learn to ask God to remove your defects, which a defect would be lack of tolerance for these other types of people who don't understand what you're going through, and just basically live with that situation. It isn't as important as it seems at the time. It's usually over the most minuscule details that other people want to just be right about or control you. But it's you're only as sick as the people you know, right? So I ran into a situation yesterday, attempting to get to a meeting. I left a few minutes earlier than I was going to, and the person, I don't want to get into details, but my mother made it into a big deal and continued to call me, text me, and berate me as if I had done something wrong. And I'm like, I'm doing the work to get better, and it's work that I've been criticized in the past of not doing the work or not taking it serious or not going to enough meetings. And I say, how can my willingness and desire to go to a meeting to find my happiness and to lose my pain be wrong. I wasn't doing anything that was causing a problem for her. There was no negative consequence for what I was doing. And luckily I was with someone else, and they heard the situation, they talked to me about it, and they said, "You're not wrong. This is not on you." But it's still, regardless, it's painful when somebody that you love and respect treats you with that type of behavior, and you start to question, all the work that I've done. Am I still not good enough? Am I still insignificant? Am I still less than? And I know that I'm not, but when people make you have that question in your mind, it's painful. And it makes you have those negative thoughts. I didn't want to run out and use, but made me want to react very negatively and explosively, and there's no point in me, blowing up and going scorched earth over something that really doesn't mean anything, especially to someone that I can't explain to them. They will not understand what they did was wrong. They will not apologize for being wrong. It's just life. And unfortunately, we're going to run into these types of people. Maybe not on a daily basis, but quite often. So just do the next right thing. Practice the steps. Do what you're supposed to do. Ask God for clarity in the situation to see what your part is. Weigh out all of the options. Make sure what side you're on. Make sure if you made a mistake, correct your mistake. Own your mistake. Move forward. If the people accept it or if they don't, you'll at least have the comfort and solace of knowing that you did God's work that He asked you to do. That's it. And it just seems like it's such a simple thing, but so many people want to treat you as if you're the same person you used to be, or it's just a side effect of their sickness. I don't really know much else to say about that one, other than I get it. Practice exercising humility. Enjoy the peace and serenity and the natural benefits you will get out of that. And when you run into that odd, negative person, think about it as quickly as you can, depending on if you're in person or if it's a text or a telephone situation. Make sure you're in the right, or if you're not in the right, fix it. And just deal with it as gracefully as you can. And then the happiness will come back. I wasn't going to go to the meeting last night. I was going to stay. I was going to go back home, and I knew it was going to turn into a big thing. And I didn't want that, but I didn't want to go someplace feeling the way I felt. But I turned it over to my higher power, and he told me I should go to the meeting. I went to the meeting. I heard some good things. And I immediately felt better right when I walked in the room, regardless. And I still had my phone blowing up with the person, literally asking me how I could leave 10 minutes earlier. It didn't make any sense. I still don't understand it. I'm going to wrap it up for today. It's Sunday. I hope you enjoy your day. I love you. Be safe. Be careful. Practice humility. Bye.